we back with another Animation crossover. This time we have Dabura from JJK Modulo in solo All of MHA. Based on the fact that he boxed with Big Raga, the op stopper, he might be able to. We gonna find out. Now, if y'all enjoy this, make sure to hit Animations with the goodness. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Lock that in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit on with it. And if y'all enjoy my reaction, please do the same for your boy. Let's get to it. Who's he? Was that it was the I think the punches was either, it could have been Deku, but I think it was the one Rappa, the one that Kirishima fought.
And we're back with another one. Returning with
I didn't get a
gauntlets
good look
this time.
at it.
And I know
Might
some
have
of
been
y'all are
All
probably
Might.
tired of seeing MHA back to back to back, but I'm sorry, I love this anime way too much. I mean, just look at my old avatar, as well as my content throughout the years. I do want to vary some more though, so leave some suggestions in the comments if you have some. But watch till the end.
You gotta get some Hell's Paradise in there. I want to see Gabimaru in here.
And let me cook.
I think
Joining
he
the gauntlet in
could
this
beat some
video will feature
verses.
once again the greatest prodigy in all of Jujutsu, Dabura Kuraba, going up against some of the top characters of the My Hero Academia.
A fucking
verse.
alien.
With
Remember
JJK
that.
Modulo finally over, and knowing what Dabura is capable of, putting him against scrubs will just be pointless and cruel. So Dabura is pretty much going to be playing with skill-based matchmaking in this one. And spoilers beware for the Modulo manga. That being said, if you guys are ready to see some real epic and badass fights, then make sure to subscribe and hit that bell while you're down there. And if you want to learn how I make these animations, then you can join the channel and have access to behind the scene works and my full sound effects folder. But without any further ado, let's get straight into this with Dabura's first opponent.
Overhaul.
Dabura versus Overhaul.
Yeah, I want to give a print. See, Overhaul is part of the Stop Touching Niggas with Your Hands group. I don't know if y'all seen that meme, but it's him, Shigaraki, and Mahito. If they touch you, you're kind of cooked.
Destruction at a touch meets light that can pierce the heavens. Kai Chisaki, aka Overhaul, possesses one of the most lethal quirks in the series. With a single touch, he can instantly disassemble anything he comes into contact with, and reconstruct it however he pleases. In combat, that means the battlefield itself becomes a weapon. The ground can erupt into massive spikes, structures can reshape instantly, and one mistake is all it takes for an opponent to be dismantled. Overhaul can even reconstruct his own body or fuse with others to amplify his strength and durability, making prolonged fights incredibly dangerous. But Dabura Kuraba fights on a completely different level of versatility. His light-based curse technique allows him to fire devastating beams capable of piercing through massive structures, preventing Overhaul from comfortably manipulating the terrain. But at the same time, Overhaul can also heal simply by destroying and rebuilding his body if Dabura manages to land significant damage. Although Dabura's massive attack power and speed would eventually allow him to overwhelm Chisaki in this clash.
Kill confirmed.
KD, 1-0. Dabura starts the gauntlet strong, but tougher foes are still ahead.
Hold on, see, the only reason why I gotta say is shaky, because Dabura doesn't know Overhaul's ability. So if Overhaul can just get a hit off on him, grab him one time, that's ball game. If he pull up with the fisticuffs, now I know. Look, I know JJK characters are fast as hell, strong as hell, but I'm just saying, again, don't let them touch you. Big body.
Dabura versus All Might. The symbol of peace faces an alien who commands the power of cursed light. All Might represents the peak of raw physical power in the hero world. In his prime, he could level city blocks with the shockwaves of his punches, move faster than most villains could perceive, and overwhelm opponents through sheer pressure alone. Even in a weakened state, he still carries monstrous strength and durability, capable of trading blows with threats like All For One and Nomu, while pushing his body to its limits. Against most fighters, that level of power ends the battle quickly. But Dabura Kuraba isn't most fighters. Recognized as a threat comparable to Ryom in Sukuna, or perhaps even stronger, that's a video for another time though. Dabura brings far more versatility to the battlefield. If his light curse technique wasn't already destructive enough, Combined with his rapid mastery of the reverse curse technique, that same knowledge can be applied to his light to give him.
Yeah, he learned so much jujutsu sorcery in one fight that he is the definition of a prodigy, bro.
Darkness. After that, the true deciding factor is his domain expansion. Once activated, the battlefield shifts completely. Dabura's techniques become far more lethal and unavoidable. All Might's strength is overwhelming, but his fighting style relies purely on physical force, something that doesn't counter domain mechanics. His KD? 2-0. Tragically, the symbol of peace falls, but Dabura keeps pushing forward.
Now, again, if you put Bloodlust at them off rip and All Might was going for kill shots with every blow, he might have got a very early Dabura. Like Overhaul. I feel like Overhaul would just try to kill him outright. But All Might, you gotta Bloodlust him, or this is gonna happen. That's the only time. 9.
Dabura versus 9.
9 got a bag on him.
A walking arsenal of quirks meets his first extraterrestrial threat. 9 isn't a typical villain, he's a living superweapon. By storing multiple quirks inside his body, 9 overwhelms opponent through sheer versatility. His weather manipulation allows him to generate massive light.
But battle of attrition, 9 would lose.
Lightning storms capable of devastating entire battlefields, while his air wall creates a powerful defensive shield that most attacks struggle to penetrate. Add in his dragon-like tendrils for close combat, and finger lasers for ranged pressure, and 9 becomes a threat so dangerous it took both Deku and Bakugo sharing one for all to finally bring him down. But 9's greatest strength also hides a critical flaw. His body suffers from severe cell degeneration, meaning the more he uses his quirks, the faster his own cells begin to break down. So the longer the fight drags on, the more unstable his condition becomes, turning prolonged battles into a race against his own body. And that's exactly the kind of fight Dabura would thrive in. Dabura's mobility allows him to move at extreme speeds, making it difficult for 9's lightning strikes and tendrils to land clean hits. Plus, with his reverse curse technique allowing him to stay in the fight far longer than 9's deteriorating body can handle, if this fight becomes a drawn-out exchange, the outcome becomes inevitable.
Kill confirmed.
His KD? 3-0. Another powerhouse falls as Dabura marches towards his final opponent.
Nope. I don't care. Blocked by Jane. Blocked by Shigaraki. Nope. I can't see him beating him, bro.
Dabura versus Tomura Shigaraki.
I can't see him beating him, bro.
A tidal wave of decay meets a warrior forged in battle. Tomura Shigaraki enters as one of the deadliest threats in My Hero Academia. His decay quirk can erase anything he touches, from objects to living beings in an instant. Combined with his regeneration and the stockpile of quirks he has access to through All For One, Shigaraki can dismantle entire landscapes and overwhelm most opponents with sheer destructive power. But against Dabura, all of that advantage evaporates. The Simurian can move at sub-light speed, a level no MHA character has ever reached, not even Izuku Midoriya with every quirk stacked. This right here is pretty much the whole reason why all of the My Hero characters in this video so far never stood a chance in the first place. By harnessing his light-based curse technique, Dabura blitzes faster than Shigaraki can react. Each strike carries kinetic energy strong enough to obliterate reinforced defenses. Unlike Mahoraga, which could partially recover due to a previous misstep that let him adapt just before Dabura's attack landed, Shigaraki has no such luxury. Even during his fight with Star and Stripe, Shigaraki admitted that her intercontinental cruise punch would have destroyed him if he hadn't buried himself just in time. Against Dabura, the sheer energy of sub-light speed attacks is far beyond anything he could survive, turning the symbol of fear into dust almost instantly.
Kill confirmed.
And that wraps up Dabura's sweep through this first round of MHA opponents. From overwhelming All Might with the unstoppable force of his domain expansion, outmaneuvering Overhaul's precision attacks, to exploiting Knight's deteriorating cells, and obliterating Shigaraki with kinetic strikes beyond anything the symbol of fear could handle, Dabura closes this run with a perfect 4-0 KD, highlighting just how much of an unmatched force he is throughout the My Hero verse. But what do you guys think? Did Dabura's fights play out the way you expected, or would you have given a different outcome to any of these matchups? Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed these animations, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Alright, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I'm saying, yeah, he's fast, right? He's fast. We'll give him that. But is he going to speed blitz like that immediately? Right? Are we just because he didn't do that immediately when fighting Maharaga. He didn't do that. He was boxing with Maharaga. They were throwing hands. And then you got two people that you don't want to throw hands with on the list. Overhaul don't got hands. He don't. He ain't. We've never seen him really box with nobody for real. But he literally he does literally have hands, and if he touch you with those hands, you lose. Same with Shigaraki. Shit, if they had to nerf Shigaraki in his fight with Deku. They had to have not Aizawa, but the dude who could copy other people's quirk. They had to have him copy Aizawa's quirk to cancel out Shigaraki's decay so that Deku had a fighting chance. No, and so if Shigaraki just touched something close to Dabura, just touch the ground near him, and decay starts, and he gets hit by decay, he doesn't have a counter. I don't think RCT can beat the decay. So he loses. So it's 2-2. I gotta give it 2-2. Like, look, I be rocking with ALL Animations. We agree on a lot of these, but with the don't again, Mahito, unless you Sukuna or Yuji or someone who his ability, his sorcery just won't work on. Overhaul, unless you cut his hands off first, or Shigaraki. He has regeneration, so you can't even cut his hands off. If any of them three are fighting you, you have to keep range at all times. And you have to find out to keep that range. And Shigaraki will decay you before you figure out that he has decay. He's fast enough to, pull up and just get a hit off. That's all he needs. One touch. One touch. So no, I can't. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. That's on my heart, bro. If y'all enjoyed this, make sure to hit ALL Animations with the goodness. We get to have these conversations, bro. That's what these crossovers really do. They open up a good conversation. So if y'all enjoyed this, hit them with the goodness. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Lock that in by hitting the bell. That is the goodness. Hit them with it. If y'all enjoyed my reaction, please do the same for your boy. This is me, your boy Reggie Wolf. I'm signing out. Peace.